Welcome back to my channel. I have some updates. Now, this report, I'm not 100% sure if it is true, but because of what is going on, I've decided to shed light on this one. But again, it is something you can try to make sense of if you want to. But to me, it looks like it can be true. In a twist that has rocked the image of Meghan Markle's seemingly wholesome homemade jam brand, an MI6 security source has disclosed that the Duchess's boutique jam operation is a complete facade allegedly built on deceptive branding, fake production lines, and overseas mass manufacturing. The revelation comes after a discreet private investigation was conducted into the supply chain and operations of Meghan Markle's as ever label, initially launched with hand-packaged jars delivered to influencers and celebrities. According to the intelligence leak, there is no actual jam factory run by Meghan Markle on US soil, nor is there any legitimate homemade production process. Investigators found that the so-called jam, this artificial jam that Meghan is trying to sell, or this fake jam, is produced in bulk by a commercial manufacturer in Europe, packaged in the US, and presented as a luxury homemade good. Despite the Duchess's PR team emphasizing small batch authenticity and a personal touch, MI6 operatives traced shipping records, employee logs, and international business filings that directly contradict the narrative pushed by her media team. One senior analyst who reviewed the case stated, quote, "From a branding perspective, it's clever, but from a transparency and trade perspective, it borders on commercial fraud. Consumers are paying premium prices for something that's mass-produced, not handcrafted by any means," quote unquote. Further investigation uncovered that the jam jars sent out as part of Meghan's influencer PR strategy were assembled in a high-end packaging facility in Los Angeles, designed purely for optical appeal. Employees working there admitted under NDA to handing luxury promotional materials for celebrity-led ventures, and confirmed that none of the jam were locally sourced. And I have reported on this yesterday, where I quoted from Daily Mail, who revealed that Meghan Markle, the raw material, the fruits and everything that she's using, quote unquote, she's using for the production of these jams and jars, the local farmers, they have no knowledge about any of this. Means there is nothing going on in California or in Los Angeles. I want you to take a look at this video from Kinsey Schofield. She mentioned something about the product as well of Meghan Markle. Take a listen.
Of Meghan, she suffered yet another humiliating setback, and this is over the launch of her new lifestyle brand, As Ever. Now, customers, Kinsey, who bought her $28 honey, they've been told that actually they're not going to be receiving that product. Why not?
Can we just take a moment? Can we take a moment? Can you believe that? I mean, seriously, as my friend, can you believe that this headline is real? You are a woman. You insist we refer to you as a duchess. You have all of the resources in the entire world, and you are having to send emails to your customers to apologize because the product that they purchased and paid for doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Can you believe this? I mean, I honestly thought that this was an Onion headline, a parody when I read it. What horrible planning. And also, I would stress that we were warned about this from the Daily Mail a week or so ago. They announced that the company that's actually running Meghan's website, some of their customers said, beware, don't use anyone that goes in business with these people because they sell products that don't exist. And here we are today. It's frightening.
It actually
So would that amount to have MI6 investigate Meghan Markle? Well, again, I'm not 100% sure, but the report goes on to say that these so-called jams that were locally sourced, as previously implied by promotional content on social media, What is even more damning is the link between Meghan's as ever venture and a shell company registered in Luxembourg, used to handle profit flows and possibly avoid U.S. tax scrutiny. MI6 shared findings with U.S. authorities, citing suspicious financial routing and questionable transparency in the Duchess of Dishrobe, her business filings. This development raises serious ethical questions, especially considering Meghan's repeated public claims about her commitment to honest business, sustainability, and integrity. The backlash has already begun on social platforms, with former fans expressing betrayal. One former supporter tweeted, "We thought we were supporting a woman-owned small business. Turns out we were funding another royal-scale scam." As pressure mounts, critics are demanding that the FDC launch an official investigation into the deceptive marketing and labeling practices with her brand. I want you to actually listen to this report one more time from Kinsey Schofield in regards to these products.
Is unbelievable. You're right that all this hype, I'm launching a lifestyle brand, and to absolutely bugger it up so sensationally when you actually go on sale, it's extraordinary, Kinsey. I mean, well, I'm not surprised, to be honest, but geez, it's so bad.
Okay, so let's actually now go back to the story here a little bit about the products.
Speaking of Meghan, she suffered yet another humiliating setback.
And as I have said before, that Daily Mail, none of those news outlets were able to confirm anything about these sources, how Meghan is sourcing her raw materials for the jams. Take a listen at this video from Dan Wotton talking about how Prince William's bombshell quote plot to strip Meghan Markle, Prince Harry of royal titles.
Good work lately. They report ruthless Prince William. By the way, I don't agree with their characterization of Prince William as ruthless. I would argue he's just being sensible. But anyway, they say ruthless Prince William is eagerly awaiting the day he'll be crowned Britain's next king, as he's raring to strip the Duke and Duchess of Sussex of their titles if they ever again publicly rip the royal family, Radar Online can reveal. They quote a courtier who tells the publication the king was especially stung by Harry labelling him an emotionally cold father in his scathing memoir Spare. But the monarch is very concerned about his image and fears backlash from his subjects. That's why he'd never dare take away Harry's Sussex title despite all the hurt he's caused. The courtier
I don't want to play the rest of the video here. Maybe we'll talk about this particular topic in a separate video, because it's worth paying a lot of attention, actually. That William is now planning to take away their titles. What is interesting here is the question, is MI6 being instructed by Prince William to look into Meghan's shady business that she is running right now? Well, that is something we'll find out maybe in a separate video. Thank you so much for joining. Subscribe if you're not already, and support my channel.